of all, thank you so much for coming to Sixth.
Thank you.
So CMS is a big name. As far as it is, City Montessori School is a big name in education sector. Just want to know about that. What the latest, you can say, innovations and latest new methods has been adopted by this school to just serve the education sector better.
Well, of course, City Montessori School, we started out as a Montessori school, and we're still running Montessori classes at the younger ages. And that's something which is very special to us, and we feel it really works for the all-round development of our young children. So it teaches them moral values. We heard during this panel how moral education doesn't make sense as a subject, as a separate thing. We try to teach that through our curriculum at Montessori. But apart from that, as we move up through the primary, junior, senior classes, we're introducing a lot of new things. So we now have every single classroom equipped with an interactive whiteboard, so that we have 1,114 interactive whiteboards in CMS now. But apart from that, of course, we're not just sticking the technology there and thinking that's going to make a difference. Technology is only useful when it's in the hands of teachers who know how to use it well. So our latest innovations are a huge amount of teacher training. We're doing a rigorous IT training so that we have, whether teachers have never been exposed to a computer before or if they're an expert, they all have something to learn, which then has a direct impact on their classroom practice, and it really improves the educational standards for the children. So technology is the latest innovation.
So you are talking about technology as well as teachers training.
That's absolutely right. They have to go hand in hand.
Yeah. So I just want to know that it really is needed. As per the current scenario, technology is very much in demand, but teachers must be there. I just want to ask you one thing, that student must be aware about that. Which technology should be used, how technology should be used, as well as how it should not be. So, and here I think teachers play a very important role. So how you are trying to develop that?
Well, that's absolutely right. Technology is a wonderful thing in many ways, but it has its dangers, and so children and teachers both have to be very aware of that. So, you know, we have strong policies about the use of social media. Teachers are not allowed to take their phones into classrooms, and they're not allowed to have any kind of social media contact with their students, of course. And students, of course, are not allowed to take their social media into schools. So whenever we introduce any technological thing, whenever we introduce something that involves the students using their own technology when they go back home, we are very, very careful to point out the potential pitfalls, the dangers, and to give students strategies for dealing with that. But apart from educating the students, of course, we educate the parents about this. One of the unique things in CMS is our teacher guardianship program. So each teacher has the students of their class, they are the guardians of those students as well. And they visit the homes of each of their students on a very regular basis, several times a year. So they go to the homes, they sit with the parents, they discuss with the parents what are the parents' concerns on how they can improve the education in the classroom, but also they help the parents understand how to avoid these kinds of dangers, how to continue the process of education between the home and the school as one seamless process where all these dangers are sorted out and where technology is not abused.
So you are for the first time in this Leadership Summit, or you are earlier here?
This is my first time at the ELETS Leadership Summit. Yeah.
So just want to know, what is your takeaway from this summit?
It's a fantastic idea to bring together school leaders, and I think perhaps the perception out there is, oh, these private schools, they're all trying to compete with one another, so we're all rivals or something like that. But the reality is the opposite. We see ourselves as a community. We're very happy to come together on these platforms and discuss our different ideas. We share with each other, we learn a lot from each other. So I think you know, the main thing to take away from this is that community should be strong, because no school should be arrogant enough to think that they can bring the best policy on their own. All schools learn from each other, all school leaders learn from one another in different contexts.
No, that's great, sir. Any suggestion you would like to give us for improving the summit more? And have you gone through our magazine?
No, I've not had a chance to go through the magazine.
So, suggestion for summit, that how can we improve?
It's an excellent summit. You've got a fantastic set of speakers. I'm very grateful to you for extending a kind invitation to me. I've really enjoyed myself.
Would you like to join us for upcoming events or something?
Absolutely, absolutely. I understand you're having a summit in Lucknow shortly.
Yeah, we are.
So I would love to be involved in that as well, since I'm based in Lucknow. So.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.